Hello, welcome to this 12 FPS. I am Arrows. I will be playing Nebula Rose, and I have a very good friend here. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Authenticity. I will be playing the TikTok Chicken, also known as TOC.
Last FPS Nebula had. Well, no, I can go into that later. It'll come up soon enough. Author, what is TOC doing right now?
Well, unbeknownst to them that they are in trouble, TOC is getting ready to visit their good friend Nebula. They are making their way through Toontown from Juniper's house. They've got a basket full of some very new, very tender vegetables. And since they got the seeds for their garden from Hickory's shop, it seems, only fitting that they should get some of the very first vegetables because they planted way too many for a two-person household.
This chicken getting way too many seed packets.
It's their version of buying shoes. Like it's just fun for them. Like buying the thing is sort of like in and of itself like an activity. And it like the prologue to this is them like coming in on like a Tuesday and visiting Hickory and buying like a very reasonable amount of seed packets, and then coming in on a Friday and getting another very reasonable amount, and then coming in on a Sunday and getting another very reasonable, like just so on and so forth. They've gotten about 14 packets by now.
Oh, I love them. I hold this chicken soft.
So they're making their merry way over to Hickory's shop. Like they're sort of they're sort of like distracted to themselves because they've realized that there's like a bunch of flowers that have sort of like some of the weeds they forgot to pick out have been sort of tangled in the kale, and like there's like some like weird little like blue flowers, some sort of it looks like amaryllis, like it's sort of that sort of feathery yellow stuff. Like they're sort of like trying to pick that out so that it's presentable and like there's only edible things in the basket. But what do they see when they get to Hickory's shop?
Well, what time of day are they visiting? I assume the middle of the day, or is it past closing?
Yeah,
or...
like I think that they'd probably, they do their best not to impose, probably like mid-afternoon, like, sort of, if they get sort of the rhythm of the shop, after having, visited like over and over and over, they'll sort of try to pick a good time. But it's maybe I should roll for like how well they judge that. What sort of role would that be?
What sort of role? That's a good. Sorry, I didn't catch the question, but I did afterwards. That's a good question. What kind of roles are there?
I mean, it could be like insight. It could be like perception to see if they just sort of observe it.
Yeah, both could work. So I guess whichever has the higher modifier.
That would probably be. Yeah, that's definitely insight. First roll of the night. Figure out whether or not they're a lousy house guest.
Oh yes, that's a 21.
They arrive precisely when they ought to.
All right. Man, I had to figure out when would be the best time for them. I mean, obviously after Nebula's back from work would be probably, I would assume after closing then too. if they just want to visit and not have to worry about Hickory working. So
I mean, they're not averse to seeing Hickory. They like Hickory very well. He's the one who gave them seeds, or they are. But
it's both. It's both. Hickory uses both.
Oh, good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it'd be after closing. I think they'd have to knock then, because the shop would be closed, so the door would be locked. Either that, or they could fly up to the window.
Nah, they're trying to be like polite and like at least semi-neighborly. They will they'll give it a good sharp peck. Oh,
right.
one sec.
I think I heard cat. Oh,
that was thematically appropriate. Anyway. Yeah, they will do their best to tap tap tap. You went home?
Yeah, so I think since like, because that's since the bottom is like where the door is the shop, and then the apartment is upstairs, I think that Hickory has had to figure out the system where if someone's knocking on the store door, then it comes up to the, like, there's like this complicated what are they called? What are the really complicated systems that, like, where one thing triggers another. I forget what they're called.
Is it a Rube Goldberg machine?
Yes, that. Yeah, it's like something like that, heading up to the apartment part of it, to let them know that someone's there, because the only door to the apartment is inside. So I'm gonna
like the knocking knocks over the dominoes, which sets off the skateboard, which runs into like the broom, which
yes
falls and clatters against like the bells, and the bells set off like
Yeah. So I think, because this is TOC, I think I'll have Nebula be the one to come down, and to open the door. And there's a skeleton in front of you, and the skeleton is kind of like, it's kind of just looking at TOC. But
should I roll an insight check, or should, like, they don't really have a clue that they need to yet?
I mean, you could still roll it, probably.
Oh, sure.
14. All right.
14. I mean, it's above a 10, right? It's not the greatest.
I was gonna give you stuff for that. Man, I have to figure out, like, how exactly, though. Because, like, on the one hand, Hickory. This isn't Hickory. This is Nebula. Nebula is like is kind of happy to see them because friend, but on the other hand, yeah, like he seems a bit annoyed. But he doesn't say anything about that yet.
Like, maybe they get that, like, something is wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Okay.
Something's off.
Okay, then.
But he doesn't he doesn't just stare silently, though. He does greet, just saying, like, hello. That wasn't deep enough. That wasn't my Nebula voice.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm just I don't know how he'd say hello. Like, I don't know.
Oh, sign language, like, you just sort of, you wave.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a certain sort of wave that you do, but
yeah.
but when TOC sort of like they did look, actually for them in very high spirits. Like they the eyebrows are the eyebrows, but they when he first opened the door, they looked much like very very exuberant. Like they had something they were very enthusiastic about to share with him. Oh. But when they see that sort of expression sort of drops off their face, and they, instead of like greeting him back, they just go, "What's wrong? Is anyone hurt? What's wrong?"
Man, how does he respond to that? No one's hurt. Takes a breath, sighs. Would you like to come in?
They'll, sort of grimly nod. They adjust their basket and they follow him in. Mm-hmm. I think, you can roll an insight check on them if you want.
You start saying roll insight and I'm already typing. That's an 18!
An 18. They, they had been sort of, gearing up for, a good chat, but now they have completely switched gears to there's a problem. Mm-hmm. That's okay. They're sort of scanning the shop for signs of something is wrong, and they're sort of this chicken, there has almost a bodyguardish sort of countenance to them sometimes, and it's. That's very much in play here. They're looking around. They're sort of checking the exits. They're they expect trouble now. They expect to have to help out with dealing with the trouble.
Oh, TOC. Yeah, I don't think they really find too much for that. Ooh, okay. How long after the FPS with Comet do we want this to have happened?
Well,
just the next with day? Comet, is it later or?
Well, Comet and I had decided that the FPS with them sort of happened a few weeks into TOC's stay in Toontown, sort of just before they got stuff going. They're that was sort of a way back in their timeline, sort of just after they last saw Nebula, and the garden was created very recently in their timeline, so it's probably been a couple weeks.
Okay. And since Comet's listening, hey, how soon after TOC told her to check up on Nebula do you think? How soon, between the one with Antique Shopping 2 and between Marigolds and Roses? I just want to know. I want to know if there's still evidence of what happened. For those listening, Comet is typing. That is why there is silence.
In the meantime, everyone can just sort of imagine Nebula just calmly walking through his he lives here, he's fine. Yeah. And TFC's sort of following they're expecting ninjas to pop out of
Okay, so a few weeks. So this would probably be, this current FPS would probably be maybe a day or two after Nebula and Marigold met, maybe then.
So he hasn't had a ton of time to stew over it. It could be good and it could be bad.
Yeah. But the reason that I was asking is because there's like, I don't know, do a perception check or something.
I can do that. Let's see. Actually, well, if we want to be mean, we can make it investigation. But
no, I think perception works. Although
no, wait,
TOC is looking around for anything wrong, but I don't know. I won't be mean. That's a 7. Okay.
You know what? That's you know.
Yeah.
So when you're looking for trouble, you're maybe not looking for other stuff.
I don't think they have the big inflatable pool out anymore. But TOC does not notice the cans of my first thought is rust be gone, and things like that in the garbage. They do not notice that, but they are there.
The Lord kiddie pool is gone. All right.
Okay. Oh man, where's Hickory? Hickory's probably in here too. If TOC got a good figuring out of when to be here. I don't know how to word. It's fine. I'm fine. So I think, yeah, I think Hickory will be there and notice TOC and perk up and wave. Yeah. Just say.
Yeah, they wave
hello.
back. Hello, Hickory. They sign. It's good to see you.
It's good to
There's
see you.
There's a little bit
of
a questioning to that. Mm.
It's good to see you as well. What?
Yeah, they're
yeah. What
you
were you
go.
going to say? Oh. Okay, yeah. They're just gonna say, how are you doing?
They sort of lift up the basket, and like there's like, you know, that like little like there's other stuff going on, and I can't like info dump right now, but also look at the cool thing I have, like sort of that expression on their like little chicken face, like almost guilty, like have a really cool thing.
Hickory smiles at that. Yeah, I guess like takes it and puts it on the table or something. They can share the veggies.
He can see like there's some kale, there's some little like baby tomatoes, there's like, it looks like, are those peas? It's really early in the season for peas. Like and they all they're all like things that he has sold them. There's also a couple of like almost like a garnish off to the side. There's a couple of very healthy looking marigold flowers.
Yeah, Nebula definitely notices those. And that's even more of a reminder, even if TOC's presence isn't enough. Man, how much would Nebula have told Hickory? I don't know. But Hickory just is smiling at, because yes, they recognize that these are seeds that they have sold them.
Yeah.
Garden going well then?
They nod vigorously and they start like they start like going off on like a little rant and then reining themselves in. Like he gets that like they have a cold frame that's starting to be built and a greenhouse that's been starting to be built. And they like every time they sort of get too far into that, they sort of like no, hang on. We're doing other things right now. Like they really want to just talk shop about gardening for a while, but also like something is said to be wrong, so they need to deal with that first.
Yeah, Nebula's not sure how to bring that up now that other conversation has happened.
I mean, they haven't gone far from Nebula, and like again, they are being very careful, like not to let themselves get swept away. Like they're very much preparing to deal with the issue.
Okay, so I think what he's gonna do is he's going to just like gesture to TOC to follow him and just like kind of go to a different room so that they can talk like a more in private kind of thing.
Yeah, they follow him.
This is not a big apartment, so it's probably just Nebula's room or something.
Yeah, they'll follow readily enough. They sort of look around for the dream catchers, the abyss fish, the accoutrement that they remember from last time.
The dream catchers are still there. The abyss fish is on the bed. I don't know if
Good.
the I'm trying to think of whether the weighted blanket would be in his room or like on the couch, because multiple times Hickory has thrown the weighted blanket on him, and he is when that happens, Nebula just accepts it and just goes to sleep right there. So I don't know where that last happened. It's somewhere in the house, but the abyss fish is on the bed. Dream catchers are there. Aside from that, not too much has changed. I don't. Yeah. I think he goes to sit down on his bed, and it's like, I guess Pat's next to him for TOC to join.
Yeah, they sort of flutter hop up. They are sort of, again, they're sort of casing the joint, like looking for signs of like a break-in, a fight, he's being very serious and he's being very quiet. Which historically has been like serious business for people around TOC. So they're just like, oh boy. Like at this point, they're like, who died? Who like like he's been quiet so long. Does he have bad news to share? Like, are they going? Like, is he expecting some sort of negative? Like, is he what happened to Seeker? Like, what's wrong?
Oh, TLC. Yeah, I think even after they sit down, he's still silent for a bit. He's like trying to think of how to bring this up, like what specific, like how to word it. And I had to think about how to word it.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna
like I don't know how
that.
like you can even roll like an insight to see like how much of like their countenance he's continuing to pick up, or you could go off the 18. But like it's
I'll not necessarily keep the 18, but have it around that high, and then I'll roll again to see like if it's a little higher or a little lower. It's a little lower, but not too low.
Yeah, same ballpark though. It's still a 15. Like you still like this chicken is not a bird of subtlety. They are not like they're not a simple bird, but like they are simplistic in the way that they like approach most everything, which is sort of how they got there.
So yeah, I guess how would he be able to tell like how bad of news that they're expecting, or
like maybe he sort of gets that like the longer he like stays silent, like the more like like, in order to help deal with this, are they going to have to, like, leave town? Are they going to, like, they're sort of, like, starting to run logistics in their head of, like, okay, if I do, like how much other stuff will they have to, like, rearrange in order to deal with this? And, like, that sort of the seriousness of those sort of, like, logistics is, like, slowly taking, like, skyward.
Oh boy. Yeah, I guess he's just gonna have to, like, say it quicker to not let them misunderstand, to be like that it's not that it's not great, but it's not, like, to that level. Okay, I think he's just gonna be quiet, and he's gonna say, I did not ask you to tell others about my sleeping habits.
They, like, sort of pause, and they, like, you can sort of see them, like, switch gears, like, oh, okay, no one's died. Oh, well, this still isn't great, though. Okay. And, like, you can sort of see them, like, go back in their head, because, like, they didn't, like, trumpet it to the streets, but they did tell Marigold. But, like, Marigold wouldn't tell anyone. Like, she's not, again, not settled, but, like, she was gonna head there anyway. She might, like, oh, but maybe that's not a great thing that she, like, knew it all. Like, sort of, like, they're, like, slowly connecting the dots of, oh, did I fuck up? I might have fucked up. Did I fuck up? Man. But they are, like, sort of, their gaze turns inward, and then it sort of, like, flips back to focused on him. Like, just sort of waiting for the next thing.
I was better when I had Deltarune brain rot.
You're fine.
Okay. Okay. What would you say? That,
like, it maybe.
Okay, no, I think I got it. That is a personal thing, and I would very much prefer that you don't tell people about it, especially people that, well, at least don't tell people about it. Don't tell them that it's me. Don't tell people I don't know to check up on me. I did not ask you to do that.
I think that they're gonna just, like, let that sort of sink in and, like, give you another long moment to speak. Like, I don't think they know what to say about that. Like, it was not a big deal to them. Like, it's like they, like, but then again, like, sort of a portion of their their network knows each other, so they're just sort of, like, sort of considering. Actually, I'm gonna roll a d2. Okay, so they sign it. I didn't realize it was such a secret as all that. It's the one person I told was also someone who I care very much about. I assume that since hopefully she would come to you anyway, she could check up on you for me, since I cannot come here as much as I would like.
I suppose you could. You could. If you're going to tell someone to come here regardless, then you could ask them to tell you how I'm doing, but not specifically about my sleeping habits or anything regarding that. It's not necessarily a secret so much as just privacy.
Can you roll an insight check?
Many insights today. That's a 23.
Many insight. That's a 23. Like, they have no secrets from you right now. It's like they are sort of shocked that this is such an issue. Like, they're not, like, they don't think that you're overreacting or anything. They can certainly see where you're coming from now that you've explained, but like it's this is just kind of like alien to them. Like, it's like, well, you had a problem that needed solving, so they solved a problem, and it's an ongoing problem. So, if it needs solving again, they want to know about so they can help out. But you're completely right that they were out of line in their mind. Now that they sort of get your feelings on the matter, but also, like, it's almost like two people from different cultures reacting to the same stimuli. Like, in both of their minds, their reactions are perfectly logical, and they are, but that's because the framework is different. So, like, they're sort of recalibrating in their mind. And they are, like, you have their full attention right now. Like, they before, they were sort of like, looking around, like, sort of making sure everything was copacetic. But now, like, it is Nebula time, and they are focused completely and wholly on you. And, with a 23, I kind of, like, you also get that they are a little bit of, like, thrown off. They are at a loss for words. They haven't done this before.
I don't think he knows necessarily what to do with, like, how thrown off they are about it, but I think he's going to say, just don't do it again, okay?
They nod. And it kind of looks like they're going to ask a question, but then they just don't. Mm-hmm. And they will sign it. I truly apologize, my friend. I should have thought.
He nods at that and says, thank you. And it's just kind of quiet for a bit. I don't know. It's just kind of quiet for a bit.
I think that after a while they will they'll eventually sign. Did things not go well with Marigold? Are you both okay?
No, it's fine. I mean, I didn't tell her what was going on, but no, we're fine. I was able to help her with with the rust problem, and give her protection against that and waterproofing and such. She seemed happy, and I'm glad I could help.
When you say that, like, sort of a tension drains out of them, and they sort of nod, and like they're still very sober, but they do say, I thought you would be able to. It's there. I am sorry that I spoiled your first meeting so poorly, but there was truly a reason that I asked her to trust you with that. Thank you.
Of course, I don't mind. I don't mind your asking about that. It was just the sleeping part that was not good. But the rest of that was fine. You can ask if I can help with things, people. But and I gladly will if I can. But just don't tell random people to check up on me, or maybe not random, but people that I don't know. As far as even people that I do know, if they don't know about what's going on with me, then I would rather they stay that way.
They raise their hands to sign and like lower them. Like they might get the feeling that they have something to say, but like they don't sort of feel like they can right now because they've sort of saying things without thinking them through is how they got into this mess. And they I think after a while they will say, you have my word. I will say that, Marigold is, like family as well. I would not have told her if I didn't, as much as I asked her to trust you, I also trust her very much.
He's quiet at that. He's not sure what to say. Think like eventually he'll sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, I
just say that
I should probably take a drink. That's probably why this is happening.
Yes, drink. Hydrate before you dihydrate.
Sip has had.
Yes, good.
Okay. I guess he'll say, I know, I understand that you trust her, but that and she's a good person. I enjoy her presence a lot, for sure, but that doesn't change the fact that initially she was not someone that I knew. And that, and thank you for promising to not. He's like,
can I roll?
He's like he doesn't know that that probably didn't like get the thoughts across really that he wanted to say, but he doesn't know how to otherwise, so it's just kind of awkward silent.
They might get the gist. Like it's like just because TOC trusts them doesn't mean that he trusted them initially.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what it was, yeah.
They, again, like, it's sort of like, it almost, like, I'm sure that Nebula, maybe has taught before. Like, he even did a little bit of it with Marigold. Like, he might get, like, sort of the same vibes right now. Like, this is new information. Which might be a little bit odd, but they are, nodding very seriously, and they are sort of visibly digesting it.
I think with that, with like that knowledge that like this is something new, he's gonna be I think most people in general feel similarly. They have private matters that they prefer not to have others know without their knowledge. That often has to do with both mental and physical health.
Yeah, that does sort of click without deliberation. But they, again, like, they'll sort of, like, at several points during this conversation, they brought their wings up to sign and then just, like, not. Kind of maybe get the feeling that they either don't know if they can say something or don't know how to say something. Maybe both, maybe just one of them. But they sign, you are not my only person who I need to take care with. I should have known better.
He nods, and it's just like, thank you. Yes, thank you.
It actually, could you roll me an insight check?
Oh, more insight.
And I know I've asked for a lot of them.
No,
but
it's
like
fine.
they're
it's
not
fine.
saying.
That's a 15.
They're thinking a lot. A 15. Like, it's, yeah, they're an open book, but they, like, the more this is sinking in, the grimmer they, like, look. Because the other person who they need to take care with about, spreading their personal information, like, in particular, like, it's has impressed upon them that it is a life or death matter for her. And, like, sort of as this is, like, sinking in for them, they're like, oh, I could have fucked up big time, huh? Like, it's like, if they have interacted with Nebula at all over the last few weeks, like, he has gotten, regaled with, he saw, the TikTok chicken saw Trini Ton the other day, and this was what Trini was up to. They wrote a letter to Seeker the other day, and this was what Seeker was up to. Like, they're very enthusiastic about, like, the people that they seem to know, and they're very, like they like to talk about the people they like. And, he might put together that this was that. But he also might know that they are staying in Toontown with someone else. They don't talk a lot about that someone else. And with a 15, he may not get that they sort of look spooked at the thought of, like, letting something slip about her. But he will definitely get that This is maybe hitting them a little bit harder than he expected it to. I think that, like, outwardly though, they're going to sort of slip off the bed and sort of stand very formally and say it. I hope that you will tell me if there's something I can do to make it up with you. I won't take up too much of your hospitality today. And they, I think that they'll sort of wait for a reaction, and if he lets them, they're gonna turn and leave.
Oh boy, no, yeah, he sighs like, no, it's okay. I didn't mean to have it, I suppose, bring the mood down. I just wanted you to know. I just want you to be aware of this, and you don't have to leave. I don't mean for that, but just I just want you to not do that again. Is all that I'm saying.
They I think that they actually will sign. No, you are extremely justified. I don't mean to. They sort of shake themselves off and sort of like sort of do their best to let go of like their dire reaction. And they'll say that no, it's thank you for telling me. It you reacted much better than some might have. And I think that they will sort of like hesitantly like sign. It may, and like this like very sort of pausing, halting fashion is very much in universe, but they will they'll sign. You don't have to tell me anything at all, but may I ask why it's so many people have difficulty sleeping? I don't think that I said too much about dreams or your magic or anything that would have been out of the ordinary for any other individual on Iquel. Oh, say again? You got really quiet for a sec.
Yeah, I mean, he's quiet for a bit. Like, I think he's just gonna go with I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I suppose in general, I'd rather not know. I'd rather not others know. I suppose part of it is, if they know one thing, then they can always ask about more, and I don't want to be put in that situation.
They nod. I think that they signed that you don't have to explain anything. It's can I ask, how have you been sleeping? And they kind of like, they look very much like they might expect him to tell them to fuck off.
No, that's not Nebula's personality. he sighs and is just like, better, I suppose. I mean, I do get to sleep more often. He laughs a bit. It's like not necessarily in my bed, but I suppose Hickory's found a weak point of mine.
They're gonna assign. Is it the weighted blanket?
It's the weighted blanket.
They nod sagely. Weighted blanket. Yeah, they still have their pack with them. Like they have a basket with them, but they always have like a big pack of like farm implements that they just lug around. Like you don't, maybe Nebula doesn't get why they don't just put them in their hammer space, but they've never explained that. And they will go over and they will dig out a packet of herbs, and they will sort of unroll the packet and just sort of show them off, and they will say, "This is valerian. This is chamomile. This is mint." These, I have never dried herbs before, and I don't know if I did it right, but these will make a mildly a mild tea for insomnia. It's none of these are particularly strong, but they at the very least will soothe.
Thank you. He wasn't expecting that, so he just kind of like slowly takes them. I guess he wasn't expecting that, but he's grateful. And then he straightens and is like, sorry, I don't intend for this visit to be so grim for the entirety of it. I'm sorry. I please do stay for as long as you intended. Yeah.
Maybe they might settle back on the bed and they sort of shrug, like it's I think they'll sign. I wanted to make sure that you two got some of the first crops. And you might look back down at the herbs and realize that these are varieties that Hickory might sell as seeds, but not necessarily as plants. Like it's, they probably grew these themselves. And like player to player, I can tell you that they absolutely did. Like they have gone through a little bit of trouble to make sure that he got these.
Aww. I love the chicken. I'm soft, Nebula is soft.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
They do their best.
No, come on. And he stands up and leads him out the room.
Yeah, they follow. Like they're sort of following his lead in moving away from the deeper part of the conversation, but like they're still like sort of off their game. But at least they're not looking around your apartment like they expect the couch to attack them now.
The couch is a mimic.
God, don't even joke about that. That one episode of Never Ending Train still haunts me.
Yeah, he at this point he just wants to. He's gotten what he wanted to say out, and he's gotten the apology and accepted it, and he just wants to not have to deal with that anymore. So he wants to have the rest of this visit be more lighthearted and like actually have some fun. enjoy the visit.
Yeah, it's. I'll tell you, player to player, that TOC is like, it's their origins are sort of like the sort of romantic style of writing. I mean that in like the literary sense, not in like smoochery, but like they will be a brooding hero if he lets them. He will have to like steer the conversation away from like lingering over deep, dark, depressing matters him first before they do.
I don't know what he say. I guess he as they get out of the. That's not how you say that. As they leave the room, he'll just like in a little bit more of a lighter tone, say, so how did you meet Marigold anyway?
They immediately brighten because I will tell you without an insight check, they really like Marigold. Marigold's one of their favorite people. And they will recount meeting her at the farmer's market in a little village, probably to the north of Toontown. And they will talk a little bit about the watercolorists who made the art. They'll go over to their pack, which they're still dragging around, and they'll pull out sort of a little card made of very fine paper that's got like sort of watercolor grays and blacks and a little bit of red in the shape of like a clock. And they'll explain that this was a gift that Marigold had given to them after seeing the watercolorists and seeing they'll sort of step into like storytelling mode.
Oh.
I think after a while they'll just sort of ask after general like shop details, like what has Nebula been up to, what has the shop stayed in one sort of cohesive piece for a while. Like it's I do think that they will say a little bit about their second adventure with Marigold and the frankly upsetting shop that they had both wandered into on the other side of Toontown. Or actually a few blocks from here, actually, because when they got out, they sort of led her around and sort of pointed out, and I think they will actually say that they did this. They pointed out the flower shop as like that is a place to frequent, like that those are extremely kind people. Like it's you trust them over creepy old ladies in shops full of garbage.
Are soft and grateful at that. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else that we wanted to do? Because that seems like a good kind of place to end. I don't remember if we had anything else that we wanted to do.
I mean, at some point, they might hear perhaps another knock on the door.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
They sorry,
hello?
Hello.
Hello. Hey Marigold, what brings you to the shop?
Yeah.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah. Does the shop have like a bell?
Yeah, I mean, sort of. Yeah, I mean, like, because the shop's closed right now. But again, there is the whole, I forget the name again, but the whole machine where it's like all these little things happen, and then eventually it like rings the bell near the
right.
Apartment.
Oh.
So yeah, I think who would go down to say hi? I don't know. I'll have Nebula go down as well.
All right, they will
She knocks.
They will follow suspiciously.
Follow suspiciously.
It's just their way.
He's just tapping on the grass. The glass.
Yeah. So he'll open the door and he'll perk up and be like, Marigold, how are you doing?
Wait, hold on. Hello. I am good. I am good. She lifts up some baked pastries.
All the gifts today.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. I got pastries. Yes. Thank you for help. Thank you for helping me. And she just awkwardly just like puts them in your hands.
I love Marigold so much. Thank you. Thank you. Of course.
Would you have a question? Marigold likes in the shop, right?
Oh, at the door, I guess.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, how visible Marigold is with, like, also a very tall skeleton in front of her. Like, I don't think Talk would, like, go up to the door because this isn't their house and, like, it's not their hospitality to, like, offer. But, like, they are, you know, sort of, like, trying to peer suspiciously over, like, there were no ninjas inside the shop. Maybe this is the ninjas. Actually, I feel like I should make them roll investigation. Hang on.
I will also roll investigation to see if she sees her friend.
Meanwhile, while this is happening, that's a
A
dirty one.
one.
That's a 2 minus 1. Like it's maybe it is ninja.
While these two are.
Let's see with the D20.
That's a 21! That's incredible! Incredible! That's amazing.
There is no sign of TOC to you.
None.
Like they're like you don't think they've been here forever. It's TOC.
No. It's just.
So
they're here to drop off pastries.
While these two are absolutely failing at spotting each other, Nebula's is gonna say, "Would you like to come in?"
Okay. Yeah, she follows.
Hey guys, you know that one scene from The Emperor's New Groove where like one of them comes into the room and as soon as the other like walks out?
No!
Like
TOC must at least recognize the voice.
Yeah, they got the voice.
I mean, they're too busy looking for like enemies. They're not
Nebula said her name.
Apparently, they're not paying attention. I think they like sort of like walk underneath the table because they like fit underneath there. They don't have to duck. Just as like Marigold like walks by in the opposite direction, looking around.
Yeah, she's once again hypnotized by flowers.
Hey, Nebula.
Flower time.
Hey, Nebula, your two guests have completely failed to notice each other.
You see these two who clearly know each other, who clearly are friends and everything, just completely just overlook one another.
Yeah, I think as he turns around to lead her in, he's like, wait, I need to
Where-
do a perception
where-
check. I need to see if he
where'd the
knows where
chicken
the
go?
chicken went. I need to see if he knows where the chicken went.
My God.
That's an exclamation point. That'd be a 5. He does not know where the chicken went. Yeah, so he turns around and is just like, Well, TFC was just here. I don't know where they
Chicken.
went, but
Chicken disappeared.
Ghost
Lost.
chicken. There's a chicken.
Did the chicken even exist in the first place? You don't know.
yeah. So yeah, he just told Marigold that TOC was here. He doesn't know where they went. Internally, he's a bit worried that they left because Marigold's here, and they just had this tense conversation that had to do with her. So he's a bit worried about that, but he doesn't say that.
Marigold's just like
roll again.
just perked up again, like, oh, that my friend was here. That it just starts. Oh, TOC was. Wait, no, she doesn't know that. Wait, Tuck was here. Oh, it's just looking around because where's my friend?
Do another investigation check. Do an investigation, I guess. For
Sorry, you finally noticed a big horse.
Oh, good.
16.
Good.
Wait, is TOC outside?
Well, they kind of walked underneath the table on their way to the door, they're sort of looking around, and I feel like they're both there's a moment where they're both scanning the room, and their gaze lock at the same time, and they're like,
points. Talk.
Yeah, they screech and they flap over
Oh. Duck. Hello.
Yeah, they will flap up and go for the hug if she will let them.
Hug. Yes. Absolutely. Hug. Yay.
Yeah, big ol' hug.
Big ol' hug.
It's good. And again, they will sort of lean back and inspect you for signs of distress, trauma, the usual things.
No, she just looks happy to see you.
Yes, good. And then they will remember before that the mood was a little better but also subdued, so they will they will sort of school their expression and it is very good to see you.
It is nice to see you too.
Technically, I don't think TOC would need. I mean, they could anyway, but I don't think they necessarily need to because Nebula has seen the excitement of these two, and he's grinning. He's grinning, watching them. Continue.
This is reverse vibes of TOC watching the goat that they just met and the skeleton that they had literally just met slam foreheads and just being like, what is going on? Yeah, they will. I think they'll flutter down and sort of actually. Hang on, I'm sending someone a DM.
Oh,
okay.
While we're waiting, Marigold's absolutely doing the clippy cop again.
I love her.
She has
so much.
2 friends here
I love her.
in the same room. Yeah, she's very, very happy. Hmm. Hmm?
I think I will like just ask her like, so how have you been?
Oh, I have been good. Oh, and she starts just like waving her arms. Just I got to try the waterproof good.
Good. That's good.
She she's like just stumbling over her own words. She is really happy it's working. I felt rain again, and it was
You like it?
Yes. Yes. I missed rain, and it
He's grinning again. He's very glad that he could help, and how excited she is. He's very happy.
If it weren't for her being in a flower shop, she'd be like just like hopping on the spot.
Oh, I love her. I like. I kind of want to mention something, but it might extend the FPS for longer. So I don't know if I should or not.
I am good. No, yeah. If you want to go over, you can go over. I don't think there's anyone like scheduled after us.
Yeah,
for once.
there is either.
Yeah.
Cause like
we can go.
Cause like all the friends are here, and I want to mention a thing that I've been meaning to mention. Hi. Let's add more friends. Let's add more friends. You know, not all the friends are here. Almost all the friends are here. Now all the friends are here.
There's another.
I will say that while you guys were talking, TOC was like distracted looking out the window at something, and they sort of brighten. And when they hear the ring, they like don't hesitate before like going and like answering your door for you, Nebula.
Nebula's confused at this, but okay. I don't know how easily the chicken will be able to open the door, but
I mean, they can roll. I guess would that be strength?
Would it be strength or dexterity?
Let's see. It's plus 3 anyway.
Oh boy. Anyway, how you guys doing? I'm completely taken off guard by this, but I'm glad to join in.
That's a wrong channel, but that's a 7.
Sure is a 7. They whoever is on the other side of the door hears a very thump and then like aggravated chicken noises. You two also hear the aggravated chicken noises.
You hear from the other side of the door. Hello?
Nebula sees the chicken fail to open the door and is going to open it instead.
Marigold says
there is a real kind satyr on the other side of the door who does kind of like put his hands up and like a hello, greetings, roll me a con.
Yes, okay, I was hoping for this. I was hoping that like as soon as the door opens, before Nebula even has time to process. What's your con? This is saving throw?
Yeah.
That okay. He's okay with con. That's a 7, not this time. Not this time.
Oh no!
Not this time.
No.
Marigold. What you see is just this real kind satyr, not like kind of reel his head back just very slightly, and then do a full on headbutt to this skeleton man.
I was
Nebula,
not
you are
expecting
now.
that.
Nebula, you probably stumble back like 2 steps,
yeah.
and
Oh yeah, he stumbles
And
back. He's
slightly
got
dizzy.
stars. He's got stars going around his head right now.
Oh dear.
He was not expecting
Yeah,
this, but
seriously.
he blinks and shakes his head and is like processes that Seeker is here and brightens.
Yeah, TOC is completely unfazed. They were expecting this as soon as they saw him walking down the street.
Marigold is completely phased. What has happened? There's a new person.
There's nobody else in the room.
They don't notice. How? Behind some flowers, I suppose.
Stunman, how have you
TOC will
been?
walk
Are you sleep? Have you been sleeping well? I hope you've been sleeping well.
He's just like, oh no, he doesn't. I don't think he responds to that question aside from just dismissive. I'm fine. Hi. Sorry. I don't think I don't think I'll be bonking back this time. That was a bit stronger than I was expecting. Hi. He looks around at TOC and Marigold, and it's just like all the friends are here.
Yeah.
I don't know if he actually said that or not. He might have. That might have just been me. I don't know. It was in between me and him. I don't know which one of us said it.
You're valid. TOC will walk directly into Seeker's line of vision and sign. They actually just wave. They know that signing's lost on this goat.
God, you're shorter than Seeker. Seeker just goes, "Oh, hello, good to see you too," and crouches down, like stares at you for a moment.
They are bracing.
Hold on, I'm gonna roll wisdom real fast. My stellar wisdom score, 13. All right. You get picked up, TOC, and given all things considered, a very light head bonk. They aren't sure how. Chicken skulls, you're very small. Yeah. It's good to
This
see
chicken
you
could
again.
probably pick you up right back up.
I know.
They kind of slide so that Nebula can see and hopefully translate for them. It's good to see you too. It's been too long.
Yeah.
I hope you got my letters okay.
Yeah, he translates.
I sure hope I got your letters okay. Some of them might have gotten lost in transit. He just kind of does like a so-so hand.
Yeah, they they sort of like wiggle around. They're used to Seeker just picking them up. It's okay. And they will gesture back at the very tall, very metal centaur in the room.
We're gonna address the centaur in the room now.
I was looking for an opening to do just that, but TOC did it instead, it looks like.
Yeah, Marigold's just kind of standing there a bit awkwardly. Well, her two good friends seems to be friendly with this person, so she's kind of steps closer.
I think with them like looking at each other now, and Nebula steps forward is like, Marigold, this is a Seeker, Marigold.
Gives a little wave.
Marigold's a bit of a newer friend. Seeker's an older friend, somewhat. Yeah, I wasn't expecting so many friends to come here today. Hello.
Marigold, Seeker holds his hand out, and what? It's not a handshake. It could be a handshake because I'm just going to straight up assume you're taller than him.
Probably.
He is 5'4". I'm just going to straight up assume you're taller than him. It might be a handshake. It might be like like a chest bump. You aren't very sure.
TUC
But-
very quickly signs Seeker. She's made of metal.
Seeker does not know.
Yeah.
They sign Nebula. You help out here.
No. Nebula's gonna.
She learned about handshakes. She knows about handshakes. She's gonna go for a handshake.
All right.
Nebula's gonna.
Hold on.
Will Nebula have the time to warn Seeker?
I think you'll get like the first parts of the sentence out, but otherwise no. There is a metallic clang.
You just hear like it's just like a clong. Now you have stars.
Yeah. I think Nebula got out like Seeker. She's made, and then just that happens. He's just like,
Oh,
just sighs.
I think Seeker stumbles and probably has to catch himself on the side of the wall.
he's like, oh,
He's not used to
oh
this.
dear.
He's the taste of his own medicine.
Perhaps I should get out later headbutts.
Are you? Oh dear. Are you okay?
Seeker kind of like rubs at his head a little bit. Yes, I am fine, dear. I'm fine.
TUC, very aware that this is lost on someone says, I hope you've learned your lesson.
He has not.
Listen. Nebula will be translating for TOC, so he's going to say this. He's gonna say it. He's gonna say it with a bit of a smile because this just happened to Nebula, where his head got bonked too hard.
I have no idea what you mean by that.
God.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm going
Really
to.
nice to meet you.
Seeker, it is nice to meet you too. Sorry about head.
What's that -5 for?
Don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it. It's a -5.
Don't worry about it.
That's concerning. Also,
It's
the
germane to something else.
also the wrong channel, but that's concerning.
Oh, God damn it.
It's all right.
Anyway, what was Marigold's thing?
Oh,
What
she's
was
sick.
Marigold's thing?
She's like, hello, it is nice to meet you, Seeker. Sorry about your head.
Oh no, it's fine. Kind of like checks his hand after he sort of like brushed off his head just to make sure it didn't like actually do any damage.
That was a
You know, a
zero.
little bit of bone
Did
hubris.
it do damage?
Yeah,
God, that is a
It's a
zero.
crit
That is
fail.
a straight 0.
Yeah.
it's a crit fail.
Please don't have a concussion.
Hold on, I need to look up the damage because there is damage if I headbutt people that I just I haven't been doing it like seriously, but all right. Hey, what's your strength modifier, Marigold?
My strength, it's +4.
Okay. 5 damage.
Oh my goodness.
Seeker.
Oh my gosh, did your hand come back bloody?
No, it's just like I wouldn't imagine like bloody. It's just
How
know.
much HP does Seeker have max?
28.
Okay.
Okay. You may or may not have a concussion.
She
He
knows
knocked
not
out
well.
a fifth of his own hit points.
What?
That's a fifth to a sixth of your entire hit points from a head bonk.
Yeah.
Hey, it could have been worse. That was rolling a 1 on
There.
damage plus the 4, so it could have been worse.
It could have been extremely worse. You fragile, fragile boy.
She's got her hands out, just in case she needs to catch you. Because I imagine you're just kind
The fuck are the symptoms of concussion?
Oh boy.
oh
Didn't
dear.
expect this to happen. Seeker kind of like just waves you off a little bit. Really, I'm all right.
It's just gonna cute. She's gonna.
TUC
I
comes
think
back
she's
with a
gonna
chair.
cast Cure Wounds. I got it ready.
I'm so sorry for derailing everything.
It's fine.
No, it's fine. We just grabbed you for this FPS and immediately hit you over the head.
To be fair, I did this to myself.
Oh.
You can cast Cure Wounds, but like Seeker is kind of waving you off, being like, "I'm fine."
She is just gonna poke you and cast Cure Wounds. I don't know if I should roll for it.
It has a heal dice roll. Not a heal dice roll, but it does have a roll to it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember the exact number for it.
1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier. Oh, I wrote that down somewhere. Where was it? Casting modifier. That is not the right place to look.
Mm-mm.
I think it was a 12. Well, no, 2 plus 2. Why did I say 12? I'm thinking of something else.
That'd be a high modifier.
Yeah, no, I got confused. My brain connected some weird dots.
It's alright.
That was not it. 6.
You got
Yeah,
extra
you're fine.
health. You got 1 point extra.
You're
fine.
extra healthy.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
She's just like when you wave her off, just pokes you anyway.
Every little bit counts here.
With that settled and with Seeker okay now, I think Nebula's gonna lead everyone upstairs. It's a little bit more crowded now with 2 more people and one of those people being a big centaur.
Yeah.
TUC is gonna go grab their basket of loose greens and stuff. Like they're just gonna like bring it up and like hand out some kale. Like they don't really feel beholden to like they don't really feel like they can go like grab like Nebula's like tea or whatever, but like they did grow the food, so like they're just like secret. You get handed just like a loose leaf of kale.
Seeker immediately shoves it in his mouth.
You get a second piece of kale.
Seeker holds it as he's still eating the first piece.
Marigold, you also get like maybe some cherry tomatoes, just like
yes.
I mean, made of metal.
She eats it.
Yeah, and then they just like they grab maybe like I don't know, like some garlic for themselves, and like just like hand the rest of the basket to Nebula. Like here.
I mean,
he'll take that and put that on.
I mean, Marigold did like give Nebula some pastries, so
yeah.
There's also that.
Just all the food. You got
You're
pastries,
yeah.
you got veggies. He's gonna put those on the counter, I think, for later. Yeah. From Hickory's perspective, Nebula and TLC just went down to answer the door, and suddenly there are 2 more friends. And although Hickory has seen both of them before, so at least they're not anyone new. But so Hickory's just like, oh, we got all the guests today, so they're gonna wave and say hello, greet. How have you been doing, Seeker? Adventures? This is Nebula. Any fun
yes.
adventures?
Oh, far too many.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure. I don't. Okay, this is fine.
TUC rolls insight every time anyone says anything about how they're doing. Honestly.
Aww.
Because they are a big hypocrite. 7. That's a nat 1. Yeah, he seems fine.
I literally cannot roll lower than an 11 on deception in any sort of way. So, yeah,
I'm aware.
fine.
He's fine.
Dang. Yeah. Marigold's also like just like, oh, adventures. And is like fascinated, paying full attention.
I mean, you do have a captive audience.
I do not have the spoons to explain all of our choices.
You don't have to.
It's okay. You could just summon.
Yeah,
Just say you do it.
Be vague.
You can just say he explains stuff without actually saying anything.
Yeah.
Boy. I will say he does explain that he was watching over a minor plot that may have almost ended in murder. It's fine. Everyone was fine. Nobody got murdered. There's a dead guy in the closet. Don't ask about that. Technically, Steve's still waiting for that one.
See, you said everyone's okay, but then immediately afterwards you said there's a dead body in the closet. So
who was dead before he got there?
Concern. Hey, you got Hickory's interest at that. I'll say that. You got Hickory's interest at that.
You see, kind of nods, like, yeah, that tracks. Like, there's genres horror, man. Sometimes there are dead bodies in closets. Sometimes it happens. You go and get a coat, and man, there's a corpse in there. They might say like something of the sort as like sort of a dark joke. Like if Nebula's incredulous, they're just like, I mean, it's not, it's not ideal, but like these things happen.
Mm-hmm. Marigold's also gonna like, yeah, death happens.
I think like they agree with that, but also you don't normally come across a dead body in a closet. So
oh yeah, that bit's weird.
Is the skeleton the least macabre like person here?
I don't know. God. Okay. The thing that I wanted to do. Okay.
Yes.
I guess do a perception check.
Oh boy.
All of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to be a hard one, really.
Okie doke.
I'm still in the nuts and bolts gallery. Hang on.
Plus perception 1. Oh shoot! Nope. Wrote that wrong.
I did. We've had you comment.
14.
9.
The chicken's on the table. They can't see as well. But I mean, I did say that'd be easy, but also the chicken is below the table. Is on like this is on the table that we're talking about.
Can Marigold pick up chicken and put them on the table?
You know what? She is allowed. She is allowed.
She does so.
Anyway, I'm glad to finally get this in. Hickory's working on some paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants to do investigation on that, then they can, or they could just straight up ask.
Wow.
Wow.
I'll do it for funsies, even though I don't think it'll. She's like, oh, writing.
Yeah, TFC will straight up ask. They can't even read some days. Like they know their strengths.
5. No. I didn't expect it. I just did it for funsies.
I mean,
yeah, TFC will take Nebula and say, "Oh, what's this?"
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out if I should answer that. I mean, I guess I can answer that and answer what Seeker sees at the same time. It is it's some found family paperwork to be.
Oh, no wonder she doesn't get it.
to be legally family now. So Hickory perks up at that, and he's how does one say something like this? I guess like yeah, he perks up and he's like, oh, he's smiling. Hickory and I are filing some paperwork so that we can to actually be family legally. We kind of already were casually, but this we're making it legal now, official.
Oh,
I'm glad I finally got that in. I've been looking for a way to do that, and I can do this now with all the friends here, so it's perfect timing.
Yay!
Marigold has no idea what that means.
I think TUC kind of looks between him and the papers, and like you can kind of see it slowly dawning, like, oh, like they look back at him with like such a smile, like they like again, this is a teaching moment, but this time it's like a good thing that they're discovering.
Should I do like insight on that to see how well Nebula realizes that? Versus just thinking that like that they're being realizing that Hickory and Nebula are like that kind of relationship, or
yeah, I mean like this is D&D, we make rules here.
That's the wrong thing.
I think Seeker's
19!
Just going...
19!
Nice.
19.
So
this chicken thinks this is the coolest thing they've ever heard, and also like it's like I think that like they're sort of processing this as like, man, this is wonderful. Like they wish they had heard of this sooner.
Yeah. So with that, Nebula's gonna be like, did you not know that this was a thing, that this could be done?
I mean, they sort of like shrug, like sort of. They're still like in really good spirits, and they just go, "Well, but flock is flock. Like I haven't been bothering any of you folks, obviously. But it's good to know that this is."
How do you want to say Seeker is like physically like looking at this paper, like he didn't know that the found family trope can have paperwork. Hello? You have to file this shit?
You don't have to. If you want to, you could, but you don't have to.
And like it's
just for the legal benefits.
Yeah, so like if they need to visit you in the hospital or something.
Yeah.
I'll say Marigold's just sitting there.
Marigold's just sitting there. Should I do insight on Marigold?
You can. No, I'll say you've seen this clueless look on her face like literally a bunch of times.
Yeah, maybe with advantage.
If she's heard of the meme music, it would be playing in her head.
That's a 16.
16. She's the words "found family" and "legally" do not
compute.
No. Doesn't know what that means.
And he knows that there are things that she does not. She didn't know what a doctor was, so like.
Lauren, if TUC also rolled insight.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think
for
she just.
Yeah, for Marigold.
Mm-hmm. 6. I'm wondering if she would actually
like insight, because they
yeah,
have,
you know
like,
what? Yes, and you've seen this face multiple times.
21.
Hey,
I like it.
15 for Seeker.
You just, she's confused and she has nothing going on in her head. You can just tell. It's just, I think, you know what? She's gonna straight up. What is found family?
Can we say that everyone starts to explain at once?
Yes.
Yeah. Nebula, like, internally, he's just like, this child. He doesn't know if this is a child, but that's like how he feels, like.
Yeah,
He begins to explain the trope of found family commonly found in stories and how it is coming from Marigold no matter what. Designed well.
And TOC does know that this is a child, and they are like they have like a big, like, sort of bittersweet smile on their face as they explain, because like to TOC, like everyone here is their family, and like Marigold most of all, because they, Marigold's like they're it's Marigold.
Oh. What?
So like.
Yeah, everyone starts explaining found family at once.
At once.
Overwhelmed.
Should I roll something to comprehend this?
Yes, please.
I'm gonna say wisdom.
Why would you do this?
Wait, wisdom or intelligence? Both have a negative.
Oh no!
Can
The one with the less negative.
Wisdom, then.
2!
2.
That's a 2!
It takes I think it's just like you guys are talking over each other.
Yeah, that's
She's
probably what it is.
Grow.
I think Hickory's the one to be like, all right, guys, we're not one person at a time, please. She's not gonna be able to understand.
Yeah, TOC will put their wings in the rock paper scissors boulder parchment shears, I guess. Goes first.
What? How do we do? Should we roll a D3 for each of us? And
I would say roll a flat D20 and then see who gets the highest.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know who's there.
Oh heck! You messed it up.
Maybe we should tag these.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. Not Nebula. Arrows and I will go again, I guess.
Okay. One at a time this time.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to tag them?
Good.
Just do like a little message thing. You know how to do the message thing, right? That's a 4.
Yeah. 9.
Oh, I don't want the card 0. There we go.
3.
Right.
3. DLC says, "Hey, let's look at the map." He's distracted by maps.
I don't know what to do with that, but I have something like narrative to do after you guys go.
I guess it's Nebula then.
So I guess that's Nebula who gets it first. So Nebula starts explaining it first. Man, do I? Yeah. How does one explain found family? I guess.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be simple and be like, well, basically, if you get to know someone really well and you really enjoy spending time together in a way that makes you family, feel like family, even if not blood related, then or if it's in a way that where you'd want to live with them, then you could, well, it's like finding. It's called found family because it's like finding your own family rather than being like blood related or ink related for Toons, I guess.
Oh.
So Hickory and I are like that. We've lived together. We're I've pretty much spent all of my living memory with them, and we get along really well. We want to make this a thing.
Oh.
I
Oh.
think Magic, after that, it's your go.
I mean, that summed it up pretty well, but oh boy. Well, found family is commonly a trope in media where a group of people come together and just become very good friends to the point where it's almost like they're related. Usually this takes on many different forms, but first you need a close relationship with each other. It's there are certain types, I suppose, but mainly it's just the people you like. And quick warning, expect it to happen to you. This is Inkwell.
This is Inkwell.
Oh my god.
This is Inkwell.
She's just
Magic,
like
Magic, you made me
just nodding.
Magic, you made me choke on my water.
She's just like nodding along to like. Oh yeah, that makes. She. And then at that comment, she's like, just like, oh, okay.
Seeker gives like a nod.
She's surprised, even though it might have already happened.
Seeker knew you were doomed from the start.
And once Seeker's done, TUC is they kind of pause and they sort of look around the room from face to face. But they don't sign anything about that. But to Marigold, they sign just simply, it's kind of like us. That's all. I think that they feel like they've got as much of their point as needs to be made after these two loquacious other folks.
You're giving me feels?
I don't know why it's not picking up, but I've just been like saying the entire time. Man, okay. I think very well. I mean, those were great. I think she gets it. It's just like, oh, kind of like that.
Oh wait,
that facial expressions of oh, huh.
I like how it's like Seeker's just like, hey, expect that to happen to you, and then the chicken's just like, hey, it's like us.
It's already happened.
I have a question though. Hey, did Nebula translate that for Seeker?
That's a good question. I mean, I think he's just been translating everything that TOC's been saying, so probably. I think he like. That's a joke. What was that for?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, but I think because I think okay. I think the way that Nebula translates it, he's like, he kind of falters halfway through as he like realizes it, and he's just like, oh, these two are found family too. So it's just like he breaks off in like realization halfway through it, kind of. I mean, or maybe not breaks off. He says the full thing, but like his tone changes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Casey's just gonna like grab some kale out of the basket and just sort of like slightly crinkly, just like munch on it, like emotions.
Oh. I think Marigold's just like silent.
See?
Just
Fun family already came for you.
She's just kind of just really surprised right now. Oh, okay. And it just takes a minute to sink in, I think.
Actually, if she does like not react for a while, I think TOC is gonna roll an insight. Like, oh boy, did they fuck up? Like again?
No,
They've already fucked up. Like to their knowledge today again. 16.
She's just. I think no. I mean, like she doesn't look upset or anything. She's just more. You can tell it's just pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
I think she scoops you in a hug.
Yeah, big ol' hug.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, good.
Also, sorry for derailing for the whole with Hickory and Nebula.
This has been derailed 3 separate times.
Yeah.
Like it's at this point, like there are no more rails.
We can bring it back.
I think that like after the hug, like they like TOC will like pass out more vegetables. Like they start like signing about like they planted way too much. This is a nightmare. Please eat these. Like, I have so many vegetables at home. Like just sort of like awkward segue, and also like here, eat your vegetables.
You're just like, why did you buy that many then?
Because it was fun. Okay. Take it as a compliment to your adopted brother's skill as a salesman. Like they're yeah.
I don't know. I don't think their Nebula and Hickory's relationship fits too much in like the normal family dynamic. If anything, it'd be closer to Hickory being more parental, but not quite that. It's not quite that. It's like
maybe instead they just sign like relative.
Yeah, that works. Family. Yeah. You're adopted skeleton.
If they were feeling maybe a little bit less soft right now, a little bit less squishy, they'd like maybe sign like your problem or your babysitter, but they don't. They're being nice right now, and also like still a little bit on eggshells.
Aww.
Man. I mean, do we end it there? Like it's. I'm alright with like if anyone else has any ideas, but like there's been a lot in the last
2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, it seems like a good place to end unless anyone has anything else.
I'm good over here.
Me too.
All right. This is
my heart.
I'm glad I finally got that in, and I'm glad I got it in a way that I could tell that TOC and Marigold could find out about this. And I am Thank you all for joining. Thank you for especially for joining Magic and Comet because for popping in.
Yeah, like to emphasize what great sports our friends are here. Like,
Yes.
Magic got absolutely no warning. Comet
Yeah, at
barely got
least
any
with Comet,
warning.
we talked about it a little beforehand. Magic was just
Mm.
thank you, you two, and thank you, author, for the whole thing in the first place.
Thank you, Eros.
Mm.
Thank you, and thank you,
Thank
listeners
you.
at home.
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
Anyway, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.